Someone asked me about my morning rituals and it added this. They said, this is your third and final warning. Talk about your morning rituals, otherwise. And then didn't give me what the consequences were. And that's the scariest part. Not knowing what's going to happen. So, to wait out any possibility that I'm just going to get a mafia hit on me because, hey, you didn't say if you meditated before or after doing aerobics. Here's what I do, right? This is through years of trial and error on my half, and it probably won't even benefit you to know specifically what mine is. This is what works for me, alright? You should like this video to give me even more validation, shouldn't you? So, what I do when I start out the day is I start off with that Mel Robbins technique of no matter what time of day it is. If I get up at 6 a.m, if I'm getting up at 10 a.m, doesn't matter. As soon as I'm remotely conscious, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and straight out of bed. Now, it's exactly why she said that you should do it, is because as soon as you go to sleep, as soon as you just close your eyes again, 90 minutes later, that's what normally happens. Is if you don't get out of bed with that rush of energy, you don't have energy for the rest of the day, do you? You kind of start off in a slow motion sloth mode. Oh. And you can break yourself out of it at any time because really energy is a psychology. So many stupid, dumb self-help platitudes just hurled at this audience. Kind of not in sequential order. So, that's the first thing I do. Get up, and look, it's pretty much just halfway through the process now. I don't look glamorous. Don't say anything mean about me. Right, so anyway, then I get up, I go for a walk. Now, why do I go for a walk? To oxygenate the body, to get it all moving, so you get all of those cracks out of it that... You want to do that. And the reason that you want to do that is because as soon as you exercise, you feel better. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. The main reason that you should be exercising, put aside the fact that you get tanked, apart from that, clearly. This is pretty much my bicep, isn't it? But, yeah. If you don't do it, you will feel the difference of just kind of like sluggedly oozing around your house. Spencer should piss now. You know what I even do? Because there's just a public toilet near me. I go there, I get pissed, and sometimes there's a male prostitute in there, and I get my dick sucked. There's probably like a few people sitting there being like, is he being serious? And no, it's all just a Josh. As far as you know. But, that was very unnecessary. And who the fuck wants to get their dick sucked by some, like, druggo prostitute at 6 a.m. in the morning? Answer, Alan Jones. So, he went there. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but rest assured, there's rumours. But yeah, anyway, so we were just walking around. You just come back. Maybe after a 10 to 15 minute walk, just 10 minutes. Just try and even aim for 10 minutes. All you are doing is getting your body moving for the day. You are getting it in momentum. You are getting it so you're just starting to breathe more heavily, and you are getting it so you just wake yourself up. Then, as soon as I get back, I start reading for an hour. Just to get that out of the way. That's my eat that frog thing, because I've noticed that if I don't read at the beginning of the day, I won't read for the rest of the day. Maybe I'll read 10 minutes before bedtime where you just sit up with your pillow on that bed head and like, you're your nan? Oh, chicken soup for the soul. You know? If you don't do it at the beginning of the day, you probably aren't going to do it for the rest of the day, because here's the other trick. What you know, what we, what you know, that what we know together. But anyway, what happens at the beginning of the day is you are the most fresh, the most alert that you will be for the rest of the day. So you are able to absorb the most amount of information at the beginning of the day. Now, having known that, I used to start writing when I woke up. But what I noticed is when I did that, the writing kind of, my mind kind of just trailed off, and like I couldn't get the reading part done. So the writing part, when I got to it, it just wasn't as good after a while because it was just getting less educated, dumber. So I started doing the reading part first. And I originally had that pattern down set, but like, you know, you just read other things and it's that kind of thing of like, did you know bananas cause cancer? And then tomorrow on the current affairs is like, actually, they prevent cancer. Oh, you'll never know unless you watch. It was that kind of a thing. So I was originally doing pretty much what I'm doing now, with a couple of added little tidbits here and there. That was originally what I did. As soon as I got up, exercise, read, meditate. Now, I guess it's just exercise, read, do morning notes. That's the next part. Did a video about it recently. When you do morning notes, you are getting out all the garbage of your head. That is all you are doing there. And it's a really gratifying experience. It does feel like mentally vomiting. And that's awesome. So that's what, become a mental bulimic. Do it today. You won't regret it. And I think that unlike physical bulimia, there's a lot of health benefits to it. I think that once you get all of the garbage out of your head, either whether it's negative or positive, the rest of the day, you just feel a lot clearer. I think that what I've noticed about morning rituals as it is, I think that it's just about preparing yourself for the rest of the day so you don't get 3:30-itis. I think it's just getting those necessary sharpening the saw things out of the way. First thing in the morning, meditating, exercising. Just easy exercise, because that's the other thing. When it's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, when I start feeling sluggish and getting 3:30-itis, that's when I go and work out. Now, I understand that a lot of you are just worker bee drones in an office and you can't do that. To which I say, eat shit, wouldn't trade your life for anything. But if you do have this in the day, say that you have exactly the same day as me, that you're on the dole essentially and time is limitless, I think that that's the way that you should be starting it. Because when you do that, you have energized yourself as much as possible for the rest of the day. You've eaten that frog. You've gotten the hardest part out, which I truly honestly think is just sitting there and reading for an hour. Sitting there and reading for an hour something substantive. It's really easy to read pop garbage. Like those babysitters club books that you're all into. It's very easy to read that for an hour. It is not easy to get yourself to read something that is kind of technically complicated or even inspirational. All of those things are really difficult to get your brain to do. It doesn't want to do non-fiction things. So while you're the most conscious, while you're the most awake, that's when you should be doing it. Then obviously after the morning notes, I go and meditate. And the reason that I meditate, again, it is all just about clearing the head. I'm itchy. Such a stupid, dumb man. That's better. If you couldn't see it, I did that dog thing with my leg going. Yeah, so then after that, free to go for the rest of the day. Usually what happens after that is I'm inspired and motivated to start writing one of the various scripts that I've got to do. And then after that, I think the rest of your day can sort of just be organized not as rigidly. Like honestly, the way that I organize the rest of my day is just how I'm vibing it, man. So if I feel like writing at that point, I will start writing. If I feel like doing some research for the next stand-up show, I'll start doing that. It's just about getting those fundamental places in order so you don't waste the rest of the day on Facebook sitting there going like, oh, did Mildred really just get a new puppy? Well, she would have told me that anyway, but oh, you missed out on that opportunity, didn't you? You know, like just getting all of that shit out of the way. That's how I think you should start it. So, personally, the way that I started again, getting up instantly, going for a 10 to 15 minute walk and thinking about what I'm grateful for in my life. Then I come back, I read, I do my notes, I meditate, good to go for the rest of the day. Make sure you like this video and give me more questions. And if you really want the question answered, I think that that's the formula. Third and final warning. Oh my God, what's going to happen after that?